few moments.
Start it.
Yeah, it's been a hellacious week to say the least. So,
I believe it. Oh, okay. I don't think my webcam's working. Oh, well.
we're recording now.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It'll probably just end up having, probably have to buy a new webcam. I'm sure the cats chewed through it or something
great.
stupid. Yeah, oh well.
Okay, well, it's fine. Yeah, been a hellacious week. You know, I've been barely getting any rest and, back and forth to the hospital and, granted, he's a lot better now, though, so that's good.
Yeah.
But Doc said that he was lucky he didn't have his bladder burst on him.
Yeah, there was, I told you on the phone, there was like a dude in like the 1500s that actually died from that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember his fucking name. It was something retarded because he was probably French or something. But yeah, it's very concerning. But like, he just couldn't pee.
So what had happened was
He had fucking kidney stones.
No, actually, he does have a large kidney stone, but it's not interfering with anything. It's just kind of chilling in there. So they're gonna give him medicine to break that up. But that's not what caused it. Large prostate. So, and with it cancer running through my family, especially around that age, they're concerned. Yeah. So they gave him some medicine to try to shrink it and everything like that. But my doctors stayed on to me about getting checked at my age because of it running rampant through the family.
Yeah, well, cancer runs through everybody that lives in America's family. That's just what it is.
Yeah, well, he just meant especially just losing Raymond to prostate cancer and, Grandma to pancreatic lung. And, a little too close to home, and that's why they're just being a little concerning about it.
Yeah, but I mean, on top of everything else that's wrong with your dad, and you might as well just throw it on there.
He's doing a lot better, though, right now. I mean, I've never seen that man, full on, cry. From being in so much pain until the other day. That was the first. And I felt terrible for him, man, because, I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. Because I guess what had happened was, from not being able to go to the bathroom and doing everything like that, it set up a UTI. Which UTIs are very uncommon in men, but when it does happen, it's very bad, to say the least, is what the doctor said.
Right.
Yeah, they had sent him, home with a catheter and everything, and right next day I had to take him back right after I had texted you, and I was like, fuck. But yeah, he's doing a lot better now, so that's all that matters. But yeah,
Let's say that's all you've been doing for the last week.
Yeah, I mean, because I've been up and down throughout the whole night. I really haven't been able to sleep much because I've just been concerned about everything else. And,
right.
Not just Dad, but, Grandpa as well, and then what happened with the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, and I'm still doing repairs over that.
I mean, you just broke a shelf, didn't he?
No, he did a lot of shit in there. I gotta fix the door frame on the house.
Yeah, I mean, the screen door's not a big deal, though.
No, and that kind of...
It's just a screen door.
I mean, we've bought a new storm door for a screen door a while back, and we just haven't put it in.
Right.
So it gives me an excuse to go ahead and replace it. But I think what bothered me more than anything was the fact that they didn't take him to the hospital after that. That's what really bothered me.
Of course not.
And it just really pissed me off. But
no, I mean, there's one thing that they are not. It's proactive.
Yeah. And
I'm trying to think of a nice word to say because there's not a lot of nice words to say about that situation.
No, there's not. And the way I look at it is he may have had an actual manic episode, but it was the fact that you didn't take care of it and take him where he was supposed to go. I would have did it, but I can only do so much when it comes to being a guardian for him.
Yeah. Also, it's at the end of the day, it's not your responsibility.
Agreed. And that's another thing.
And the problem is that there's too many people in your family that just refuse to take responsibility for anything. I mean, your dad is a good example for that. He doesn't take responsibility for his health. He doesn't change his diet. He just doesn't do any type of exercise, which is necessary.
Well, that's why I'm hoping hopeful that what he just went through, because doctor did tell him, like, hey, you got to see a dietitian, we got to get you on a correct diet, and he's like, I don't want to ever go through that again. And he's like, I'll do whatever we need to do. And I'm
Well,
like,
hopefully. A lot of people get scared like that, and then like after like 2 weeks, like a lot of dudes around your dad's age will go in for like a heart attack because of drinking or something crazy, and then 2 weeks later they're right back to drinking.
Well, one of my uncles, like we thought he was having a heart attack, and then come to find out he was having issues, and they put him on all this medicine, and he was supposed to change like his lifestyle, not drink and all that and everything, and that lasted maybe a month or two. And
if that.
Yeah, if that. But what's been going on in your world this week?
Well, that job I got is they started training me for a different position because one of the people that runs some of the machines is going on vacation at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And the turnover rate at that job is like stupid high. So the fact that they are trusting me to do anything other than just grind something means that they think that I'm going to stay there for longer than 3 days, which I guess like, and I mean, when I say it's high, dude, the day I started, 2 people quit. 1 didn't make it to lunch.
Damn, that sounds like a Walmart turnover rate.
No, this is stupid high.
Oh, really?
This is stupid high. This isn't like ghetto. I mean, it might be like ghetto, like black people not showing up to work at Walmart, but like, not just black people, white people do it too.
Yeah,
calm down.
True.
But it might be like fucking like just ghetto work ethic type, because it's a lot of fucking white trash that work in a factory. That's just what it is.
I believe it.
It's just like they're all former fucking pillheads, or they have like criminal records, or they're like 19-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean that's about anything with like any kind of like union job or any type of construction, anything like that. That's like a trope, more or less.
Yeah, I mean it's literally. It's 98% just straight wiggers, like neck and face tattoos, walking around in wife beaters, and the wife beaters make sense because like it's a forge, like it's like we make stuff there, like they melt down aluminum into casts and they fucking grind the casts down and they send them out. We make stuff for Crown, like but it's all aluminum, so it's a foundry. That's the word I was looking for. It's a foundry. Yeah. It's an aluminum foundry, so it's not like a steel foundry.
They're not going to have you do any type of welding or anything like that? Or?
Fuck no, that's not what I got hired to do.
Oh, well, I was just
I got
curious.
hired. So I'm working through a temp service, and I was hired in as a grinder because they have a grind room that's like the size of a fucking auto shop. It's just wall to wall like grind wheels, and then like the middle area is just like where people do like finer details with like dynaphiles, and then there's a bunch of machines in there for like just sandblasting stuff. So
nice.
And that's what they were cross training me on, was just the sandblasting machines. There's like a table blaster and a tumble blaster.
I got to get my interview set back up again because of everything going on this week, which they were really cool about it. They understood, and it's for that automotive photographer spot.
Right.
And that's all I did at ACB, so I have no problem doing that. Nice thing is, like, they supply you with all the camera equipment and everything like that.
I hope so. And then it's like, here's an app on your phone. Go.
Yeah. Well, a lot of photographers and everything for any, like, promotion or anything like that, they like use their own, like, Nikons and, and everything like that.
Yeah, but you're not a photographer.
I am not. I mean, I've got...
Which is like, and I'm not a grinder, and
yeah.
I'm a fucking welder.
I've got the experience, like I said, at ACB, so that's why, they were interested. And,
yeah. I mean, no, any job will do at this point. That's what I was trying to explain to, one of my other buddies, is because he was complaining about having to maybe do concrete work because he was looking at job offers.
It's rough work, man.
Who gives a fuck?
I get what you're saying now.
I mean, like when you're my age, because he's my age, and you still live in your parents' basement, and you fight with your parents regularly because you're fat and have no job, and you haven't had a job in years.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Yeah. And the only way you make money is doing like side jobs for your other family members. Like,
well, that's why like me alone, I feel shitty at the fact that I live there and take care of him, and I understand that it's like, you know,
It's
I'm
different
taking
when
care of
you're
the family, but
yeah, it's different because he doesn't have the capacity to care for himself at all.
oh,
I
was gonna say, I'm
talking about your dad. Your dad doesn't have the capacity to live alone.
yeah,
The guy I'm referencing, he's just, I mean, he
does it just to do it.
Yeah, he was given an opportunity a few years ago to stay with one of my other buddies, and he squandered it and got kicked out because he just abused the leisure that was offered to him by my buddy who was never home for 3 weeks.
Oh,
So he just, instead of getting a job and holding it down, he just fucked off and destroyed the house.
I don't understand that. It's like me. Like when I was living here, like I made sure that was like, I know you guys had told me like several times, like, you know, this is your home too, but it was like, man, I made sure that I tried to take care of everything that I could.
Yeah, but in reference to like this you live here is like you were just like you asked me for permission to do stuff like I was your fucking dad.
Well, it's still your home at the end of the day. I mean, and I just tried to do it out of respect.
I know, and I understand that, but that's just a different mentality. You also have a different mentality from most of your family, but this guy I'm referencing, I mean, like I wouldn't call him like a close friend, but he's an acquaintance that's friends with my friends. So
Gotcha.
he's in the same circle. It's just like I've made it very clear, like I don't like you and it's just because he's fat. He's fat and he's lazy, and those are two qualities that I genuinely despise.
That's fucking funny.
I mean, it's true. I don't care what anyone says. If you're fat and lazy, that's two negatives.
True.
You better be funny. You better be funny.
Yeah.
If you're not funny, then what are you? You're a blob. You're a slime.
Like me, like I'm starting to feel fat as it is because I'm like, what, like 178 pounds or 179 or something like that. Never weighed that much in my life. And like, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like looking in the mirror, and I'm like, man, I am a fat piece of shit.
Yes.
And even though I'm not, but I'm not fat. But
no, but
like,
if you start approaching a point to where you're noticing it, just looking, like if you're able to take like certain parts of your body and pick it up and drop it, and you're not a female, that's kind of a problem.
Yeah,
because that's not what human beings are supposed to do.
I think a lot of it is the fact that
you're not old enough to be fat yet. Old people are allowed to be kind of fat, and that's because they're old.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I haven't really done a lot of work recently.
No,
and that was where a lot of my exercise came from.
Yeah.
You know, because of the weather and everything like that, it's kind of delayed me on that. Man, she's going to town on that thing.
Yeah. It's her last one too.
Oh.
But they're like rawhide alternatives. They're collagen.
Okay.
Who knows? They're probably made out of fucking baby foreskin or something. Like everything else that our celebrities use.
Baby foreskin. That's a.
Do you remember? Have you ever seen that clip of Ellen? Like it was Cindy Crawford on Ellen talking about like how her wrinkle cream is made out of baby foreskin.
No.
Yeah, it was like on TV.
What?
It was like 10, 15 years ago. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
it's one of those, it's been in the open for a while. It's just everything that's happened recently in the political sphere has just made the normal people realize it. And even then, there's still people like at my job that like I'm not gonna talk politics because I know most of them are probably diehard Trumpers, even though he's a pedophile. And I rock the Dead Pedophiles Don't Reoffend hoodie.
Oh yeah.
I've been wearing that every time I go in public if I can.
Well, I've noticed. And I'm not faulting you for it, because I mean I back you up on that. Now I did see the other day, I think it was Idaho, who passed a law for capital punishment for any sexual abuse towards a child under the age of 13. Like,
it's getting better.
I mean, it's like somebody had said in the comments when I read on it, they were like, well, I guess it's a start, you know, but...
It's a start. Did you see the April Fool's posts that were about the Epstein clients being arrested? I saw a couple where people were like, oh, the FBI is starting to raid Epstein client list, and I was like, it's April 1st. No, they're not. Shut up.
As amazing as that would be, man, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, I joked with Kara a few days ago. I was like, she's the main thing preventing me from being a domestic terrorist.
Yeah,
Because-
you've mentioned that in the past quite a
Oh
few
yeah,
times.
well, I
get it.
especially with how things are going right now, because gas is approaching that treacherous $4 range that almost sent the country into a tizzy
Oh, it
about
did.
20 years ago.
I mean, it hit what, $3.99 last week over by my house.
Yep. You remember what it was in like 2007, 2008?
Mm-hmm.
It was like it was jumping to like 4.15 and people were going nuts.
Oh yeah, and then like when I talk to people and I'm like, man, I remember being able to go to a Swifty gas station and either having them pump your own gas or you could pump it yourself, one of the two. Which that's a wild concept. Like when Mike come down, that was like a very wild concept to him. That and the drive-throughs, like he had never seen a drive-through in his life.
Weird.
And, well, he lived in Boston, and he's like, what kind of fucking magic sorcery is this? Like, you know, because we could drive through and get cigarettes and something to drink.
Right.
But,
So what happens when you live in a place that's cold?
yeah. And, I mean, I remember being able to go to Swifty and put gas in my car and, you know, paying like $1.12, you know, for a gallon of gas.
Yeah, now it's, you put $10 in your car, you get 2 gallons.
I literally
Yeah.
just put $20 in my truck before I came out here, and I'm already back below a quarter of a tank.
Yep.
Like,
It's fucking retarded, dude.
yep.
It's absolutely retarded. And gas is, it's not expensive out here, but it's not much different from anywhere else.
I think I paid $3.45 for it today.
Yeah, that's how you know we're fucking old and annoyed. We're talking about gas prices.
Yeah.
I remember when the gas crisis happened last time. The last time they were fucking around and this stuff was happening. They were like, I was like, why is everyone mad about gas? It's like, oh, I know why everyone's mad about gas. I got laid off because fuel prices for diesel jumped up, and the company I worked for couldn't afford to keep on a full staff of welders and pay for the shipping for fucking materials.
That was crazy that they did that. I'm like, when you originally told me that, I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's really affecting people that bad. And I don't know, man. I would like to be able to find some type of...
It doesn't hurt like larger corporations, but like a small shop like the one I was working for there, like they got fucked.
It's usually the way it works. Is the small, like, mom and pop places and shit, and they suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll grab my other coffee real quick. I should have brought it in here with me, but...
That's fine, man. Just shut that door. Come here, Sammy. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here, dumbass. I know you're happy. No, I'm not trying to bore people with political talk. We've been pretty good about staying away from it the last couple times, but it's so tiresome. Fucking Shane Gill is out here telling people he's going to open the Strait of Hormuz. Turns out he can't. Turns out I don't think anyone can. But, I mean, maybe I'll try. I'm a retarded fucking white guy from the Midwest. I can do anything I put my mind to if you give me a little fucking meth.
What?
And we live in one of the highest fucking distribution areas for cartel drugs. So I'm sure I could find an Iranian guy around here that'd be like, hey man, can you just open the strait for like 20 minutes? Let a tanker go through. Oil prices would drop by like 10 cents. I would love a 10-cent drop in gas right now.
Well, that's why, like, I try to take advantage of, like, Speedway, like, where you can use your card on that and it drops it a little bit.
Yeah, that's the S&Gs are better than Speedway on theirs because it's 6 cents every time, and then after like 5 times you get $1 off the total. So I mean, I take the only way you can get 6 cents from any other reward program is by spending a lot of money like Speedway. You have to spend a lot to get Speedway's rewards.
There's a way around that, actually. But
your points have been jump up because I use your card all the time.
Well,
you have so many.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, too, and somebody taught me this a while back, and it's actually pretty smart. So what you do is, like, you automatically get 7 cents off on the gallon when you use a Speedway card. Well, if you get one of the blue gas cards, that drops it like another 15 cents if you use that card to pay with gas. But it doesn't cost anything to add money to it. So all you do is, like, you go pull one off the shelf and say, hey, I want to put $20 on this. And then you say, okay, well, I want to use this to put 20 on pump 8. And then it literally takes an extra minute or so, but then it drops it like, after everything, it's like 20-something cents.
I'm not jumping through fucking hoops to get gas. You know how
it sounds like it's a lot, but it's not.
It is. That is a lot. You know why? Because the fucking people talk. Motherfuckers don't shut up and just do the job.
You're right. And
if I said put $20 on this, and then I turned around and I opened it and I said put $20, you know how much they would fucking talk about that? Why are you doing that? That's so extra. Shut up. And
I know people would, but I do it all the time now.
Because what you don't understand about around here is all the gas station workers, for whatever reason, think that they're your best fucking friend.
You're not wrong.
It upsets me immensely.
Yeah, I can't stand it when people go in there and buy fucking $500 and $600 worth of lottery tickets.
Yeah.
And then they hold everybody else up for that.
And then they talk to you while they're doing it.
The gas card thing, I could be like, oh, okay, well, I get why you're doing that. But buying like $500 or $700 in lottery tickets.
Yeah, and then they sit there and they talk.
Yeah.
To the fucking cashier, or they try to talk to you. And this is why I walk around with an earbud. Is so I have an excuse to be like, what? I'm not listening to you.
That way they don't have to talk to you. Yeah.
And they still do. They still fucking do.
I went by OM Oil about 3 or 4 days ago.
I'm fine with the Muslims. They're at least funny.
Yeah. But
the Indian dudes and the Muslims are funny. It's the fat white women that work at Speedway that piss me off.
Yeah. Well, they when I was at OM Oil about 3 or 4 days ago, and I shit you not, man, I stood in line for a good 10 minutes because, like, I didn't feel like going anywhere else, and really I should have, but this older white guy bought a 40-ounce of beer, and then fucking, he's like, well, I'm going to get $800 on my tickets, and he handed him a stack of tickets, like a fucking half an inch thick, of like, oh, play these numbers. And what makes it worse is like when people come in there and they're like, oh, well, I want, 1235, and and they don't write it down on a card, and
no,
give
they
it
just stand there because they're either fucked up or they're just senile and they're just wasting money on the lottery.
That and those poppets that people buy. I mean, the people are terrible for that, man. They'll go in there and they'll spend a couple $100 worth and just sit there and fucking hold up a whole line doing it. Like, motherfucker, go over there and do that.
I tell them to move. As soon as the purchase is done, if they stand there and start popping shit, I'm like, hey man, you gotta go.
There's one thing that irritates me more about people doing that, and it's like over at like OML specifically. Like if I try to go to a gas pump because the other ones are taken up, and then a person parks right in front of the fucking front doors, but they like you can't get in there to get gas because they fucking parked right there.
Yeah, because they're just lazy and they want to walk right in there.
I can't tell you how many times like I've gotten into it with people just over the past couple months.
Oh, dude, I would. You got the truck on that bitch. You push them out of the way.
And
just shove them out of the way like a fucking movie.
Oh, shit. I think it was Mike.
You should put a fucking plow blade on the front of the Ranger.
I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted to get one of those a while back, and I'm like, man, that would be kind of intimidating to use. I would like that.
I got the mounts for the Jimmy for a bull bar. I just gotta fucking put them on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I gotta buy the bull bar. That's just like $100. But once I have that, I'm gonna fuck around.
No, you probably go to a junkyard and find one for, nothing.
I'm gonna have to customize it anyway. I gotta weld the mounts to the frame, so I'm just buying the bull bar that comes with the mounts. Like they match perfectly. So I'm not trying to fabricate more than I have to. I already am going to probably not tomorrow, but maybe Sunday, because tomorrow we're going to the mall. But Sunday I'm going to convert my engine hoist to where I can put it on the tow point for the Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I can just mount it on the back.
Yeah, like on the hitch area?
Yeah, the hitch. It's going to be a hitch-mounted engine hoist.
I've seen people do that. That is pretty cool.
That's why I was like, I can make this in 20 minutes. It'll cost me $30.
There's one that I have seen somebody do with a hitch mount as well, and they'll take they take a blade off of a tire machine and use it as a bead popper.
That's funny.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool, actually, the way they've done it.
Yeah, and once I realized, I was like, oh, I can do other things with that hitch. I was like, oh, I have I was like, because I could build a mount for the tire mounter for a hitch, and instead of bolting it to the floor, we hook it to the 4,500-pound vehicle.
Yeah, that's true.
And it would work just as well, more or less.
I meant to tell you, I had just filled up the Freon in the Escape, like a week or two ago?
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it leaked all out.
Yep,
and
it's Ford.
Well, luckily, it's a simple fix. It's a Schrader valve core.
Yeah,
but
it's a Ford.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard this conversation from you 4 different times now.
No, not that one. I filled it up.
Not for that Escape, but just in the past for other Fords.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Schrader. It's every time it's the Schrader core.
Well, then, they have a really bad habit of having rusted lines that leak.
Yeah.
And
because they buy cheap materials from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of using actual stainless steel or aluminum piping like they should.
The only problems I run into that Ranger out there with is regular maintenance issues. That's literally it. But that's when they were still building them the last.
Yeah, the Jimmy spark plugs got to get changed, and I was looking at it today. It's gay. It's so gay.
Oh, you did those a while back.
No, I did when I first bought it. I just forgot about it. No, I did the S10. I never did the Jimmys because the Jimmy just had gunk that needed to get blown out.
Oh no, you did the injectors.
Yeah, I did the injector stuff, and it worked. It fixed it. But now I'm just, instead of just going and running another injector at Walmart for 30 minutes for probably $100 now. I'm just gonna fucking replace the spark plugs that I have. But dude,
they're kind of a pain to change.
The passenger side spark plugs are about an inch away from the frame.
Yep.
And they are down there. They're on the bottom.
Yep. It sounds like if I remember correctly, they're a lot similar to the 5.3 Tahoes and stuff like that. I did.
And it's worse on the driver's side because it's a Vortec. So it's got that stupid ass, big ass plastic intake.
Well, at least it's not like a 5.4 Triton in a Ford. I don't know if you've seen those, but those are a nightmare, man.
Yeah, the engineers think that by compacting as much bullshit into a tiny frame, that they're making better cars.
I've always told you.
But they're fucking stupid.
I always told you that an engineer will climb over fucking 10 piles of versions to fuck a mechanic, dude. And
I've seen this guy he's on Instagram and TikTok. He's like a car engineer that's supposedly defending all the engineering decisions that mechanics post about, being like, this is retarded. Like every time you see one of those bolts that you have to back out and it doesn't back out all the way to remove.
The placement of a fucking oil filter.
Yeah, every time he's like, well, you see, you're doing it wrong. You're not maintaining the vehicle correctly. You have to remove 17 other things before you get to that. Why are you doing it in the wrong order? What the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
It is a tie rod. Why do I have to take off the entire lower arm?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have to remove the suspension to change something that's 2 bolts in 10 minutes?
Yeah, you're right. It is. It's a nightmare.
And it's just because people in the automotive community have no incentive to make good cars. They only have incentive to remake the same car shittier every year so they can sell it and then the next year sell it again.
Now they are doing it. They're all trying to make it to where you can't do a repair yourself.
They're trying to get rid of all user maintenance, which is what Apple has been doing for a long time.
I don't know if you've had seen the patents for the BMW recently, but BMW has put a patent out for their new bolts that they're going to use.
Mm-hmm.
And they're shaped like the BMW emblem.
Yeah,
and then
they're dumb.
they got insets on them, where you have to buy this tool through fucking BMW.
Yeah.
And then,
it's the same thing that Ferrari does.
Oh, yeah.
People don't know this because nobody buys Ferraris, but there are collectors out there that try to buy Ferraris and they buy them secondhand illegally, according to Ferrari. They can suck my dick. This is America.
Yeah.
Then there's a dude I follow who has to make custom tools he had to make 6 different tools just to pull his crankshaft out.
Well, I've seen the way Ferrari does it. They're terrible. They don't want nobody of lower class owning their vehicles, and if you do anything to it, they try to sue you over it.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who I told that, but they were like, "There's no way they do it that much," and I'm like, "Yes, they do. They're horrible about it." And
they're just as bad. They're the same type of like obsessed with their cars and control over their cars that Nintendo is with their games and consoles.
Mm-hmm. That's a good analogy. I agree. But yeah, Ferrari is terrible, man. Obviously, they'll take anybody to court, but there's most of the time they lose it, though.
Yeah, because it's a privately owned vehicle at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And they can suck a cock. But the point is that they just try to waste people's money.
Of course.
They're trying to take your money. They want to take the cars. There was a car that was discovered in like an old estate that was a Ferrari, and Ferrari tried to swoop in and take it back after the dude was dead, because they're like, well, this is an estate. This is a Ferrari car. The guy that bought this estate and is refurbishing it can't have this Ferrari. Fuck you, dude.
Just as bad as like the people who put the patent on the Eleanor name from like Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
And like
it's Jewish.
Yeah, well, yeah, like
it's a Jewry.
They had a patent on it for so long. If anybody doesn't know about this, but they had a patent on it for so long that you couldn't even make a replica of the Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds as a project car or anything.
No, you would get sued. And they would win because they had money for lawyers.
Well, and then the vehicles, if they found out that you were doing a vehicle, that woman that owned the patent on it was taking people to court, and they were crushing the vehicles. They were taking them away and crushing them. It was only, I think, last year that courts deemed it to where like it was unethical for them to be able to do that, and any of the cars that they've repossessed from the owners because of that, they've had to return to the owners or reimburse them or anything like that, which is great, but it was stupid from the start.
I think one of the biggest problems with this country is how litigious it is, and how just a few words on paper can destroy someone's life just because someone with more money was able to write that paper.
Look, I'm not all for like the big corporations and stuff. I don't believe in that. Now, I did see something recently on the news where there were people suing like Meta and all them because of like the social media addiction, quote unquote. I think it's retarded. And it's
that's
like,
dumb as fuck.
I'm not, I mean, I understand that the corporations, they're in the wrong what they do, but to sue the company because your child got addicted to it, I think is fucking retarded.
Well, it's a way for these shitty parents to not accept accountability.
Yeah, you're right.
For not giving a shit or paying attention to what their kids did on the internet.
You are absolutely right.
And yes, these companies are predatory. Yes, they design things specifically to prey on your dopamine and your stuff. That means that you have to pay attention to that. You're not a victim because you get addicted to pills. You get addicted to pills because you're uninformed.
Yep.
And you have probably a very shitty parental upbringing that didn't warn you.
Well, the thing is, like, if you go look at the opioid epidemic for, like, the Oxycontin back in the day, if you actually go watch, like, all the stuff about it, and you can see, I understand why people sued the Purdue Pharma for that, because of the way they were doing things. Like, they were pushing it intentionally.
Yeah, so,
and
they were also coercing doctors.
Yes, absolutely.
And they were
bribing them and all that.
That should be punished. That's all.
Absolutely.
But you don't get mad at the company because your cousin munches 10 pills a day. You go, why the fuck are you doing that?
Yeah, exactly. Again, no accountability. And that's what I was telling Dad the other night, like over the whole thing with social media. And I said, all this does is tell people that it's okay that you can go sue any company that you want because you got quote unquote addicted to it, and that it's affecting your mental health and all this bullshit that you failed to control.
Yeah.
And it's fucking asinine. It really is. And it pisses me off.
Yeah, no, it's people that don't want to take responsibility for the fact that they spend 10 hours a day on Facebook because they can't stay out of people's drama and they have to keep watching AI videos because they've destroyed their own dopamine.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same as people that say water tastes gross because they've only drank soda for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And they can't drink water without a fucking sweetener in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's because water doesn't taste gross. It is tasteless. Water tastes like nothing. If you think it tastes gross, that's because your brain is reacting to the fact that you're not getting a dopamine hit from the water.
Oh, cool.
You're not getting a sugar rush from the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the soda's fault.
Yeah.
The sodas are heavily regulated. They don't have cocaine in them anymore. They are literally not addictive to the same level as like drugs.
Like the Sandy Hook school shooting. Like the family.
Way out of left field.
No, it's not. It's like, and it's relevant.
I know, but
because
it's just so funny.
The fact that they
going from soda to the goddamn Sandy Hook shooting.
Yeah. Well, they were
calm down, Jones.
They were going after the firearm manufacturers.
Yeah, because they're dumb.
Because they're like, oh well, you know, if they didn't have that particular gun, they wouldn't have done. Shut the fuck up. Like, no, a gun company should not be held accountable because somebody picked up their product and used it.
No,
and
that's like suing Ford because your grandma got hit by a pickup truck.
Exactly.
You're a retard.
Yeah, and somebody has.
You don't like you had a tragic family accident with a semi truck. You didn't sue the person that made the semi truck. You sued the company.
Yeah, we sued the company
that employed the driver of the truck.
Exactly. And well,
not the vehicle.
They sued the company, and then they sued the woman over it because she was texting on her phone while she was driving a semi. Got footage of it. The only thing that even the only reason it wasn't worse than what it was, like as far as the lawsuit goes, is because they literally implemented the law like 3 weeks after it happened.
Right.
So she got grandfathered into that, and you know, it's whatever. But
yeah, well, I don't know, man. It's just people are, and it's the media pushing this fucking victim mentality on everybody, and it's everyone's falling for it. Everyone's just like, I can't do anything. My life sucks because the government does all this stuff and I can't change anything about that. You're a retard. You're a gigantic pussy. If you don't like what's in the food, if you don't like the pesticides that Bill Gates is growing, grow your own fucking food.
Yep.
Don't spray pesticides on it. If you don't like all the artificial stuff that's going into your fucking chickens, get your own chicken.
Well, it's totally different.
And I know not everyone can do that, but you can go support small people that do provide these things. It's just a little extra effort.
Well, the way that everything is like that, like, you know, it's one thing for a company to hide, like, like Purdue Pharma is a very good example of that. When they pushed all those pills and stuff like that on doctors to prescribe and get kickbacks and bribing them and all this, they actually went out of their way to say, oh, it's not addictive. And they lied about that. Now, and they hid a lot of that information not being able to do that.
But also, we knew that opioids were addictive. There was a war called the opioid war. Mm-hmm. It's the whole thing.
But
we knew.
They didn't.
And yes, they did lie.
They did lie about all that.
People should have been more skeptical. The problem is that everyone just believes someone that they view as being in any position of power or influence. They're like, oh, they're telling me the truth.
Workers' comp right now, like if you get injured and go through workers' comp and they put you on a pain medication,
lay down.
And the doctor says, okay, I'm going to give you 30-day supply of OxyContin. Okay? Workers' comp will not pay for that. And the reason they don't pay for it is because of the name. They will cover a complete different medication that's the same thing with a different name.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, it's
dumb.
It's all public image in that sense, and it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Everyone is so dumb. And that might be by design. Maybe the food is designed to make us dumb. But why am I not retarded then? What's going on? Why aren't more people like Idiocracy? If the system is being designed like so many people are claiming because they're victims, if the whole system is designed to make you fat, dumb, and stupid, Why is it not everyone?
No clue.
There are 380 million Americans, and yeah, a lot of them are fat. It is working if that's the thing that's going on. A lot of them are fat, a lot of them are stupid, a lot of them are gay.
But it's got what they crave. It's got electrolytes.
But the problem isn't that, like, I mean, the problem is that people are fat slobs, but, like, it's because they don't want to try. And it's so insane to me to think that human beings, a race of creatures that has existed for 300,000 years, Homo sapiens, we get to this point, and in what should be the most prosperous nation in the world, a vast majority of people have been lulled into security and safety. And because of that, they're killing themselves slowly. They're driving themselves insane because they, instead of finding a purpose, instead of finding something meaningful, they're just staring at their screens and stuffing their face. You know how many people showed up for the No Kings protest? 80 million people. You know what that whole thing was? I worship my phone. That's what that protest was. That was 80 million Americans that said, I worship my phone because it tells me this is right. You know what most people were doing that aren't fucking retards? They were at work.
Yep.
They were trying to provide for their families in some meaningful way, probably.
That's why, like, when I popped up the other day and I seen that they were doing another protest, I was like, are you fucking serious? Really? Like,
what are you doing? If you're that mad about it, go kill the president.
Yeah.
Go hang your local congressperson if you're that mad about it, that you want to go and you're already organized. You've done the first step. You're organized and you're in a mob.
They want to talk about all this stuff and then they want to put no action behind it. But my thing is, like, okay, you're going to do this big protest, okay? It took public image and everybody's seen it. But what good did it do? It didn't do anything.
No,
it didn't do a goddamn thing.
It was barely a blip. You know what it did? It gave everybody that went there, it gave their faces to the government, and it put you on a list. Good job, dumbass. Welcome to the club. You're being monitored more than you thought.
Yep.
It's so stupid. And because, like, protests, you remember I was a part of the Occupy Wall Street protest. I was like, my mom
I remember
went.
you telling me that.
Yeah. And what did that do? What did that genuinely do?
Nothing really.
Not a fucking thing. It maybe at most it spread awareness about the wealth disparity in America because people are stupid and they don't pay attention. They just read headlines.
Well, it didn't do anything.
Exactly.
All it did, look, as far as, like, the protests go like that, for one, it can never just be a peaceful protest 98% of the time.
No, when the fuck has anything peaceful accomplished anything? The civil rights movement is the prime example people use for peaceful protest. Shut the fuck up. The Black Panthers were actively defending themselves against police brutality. Martin Luther King's group, they did the peaceful stuff. That's cool. They chose the Jesus route. The Muslims, they didn't actively fight back until after they had been brutalized to a certain point. The Black Panthers were started as just like, hey, we're going to defend our fucking neighborhood. We're going to defend our people. And they got fucked with because of that.
Well, I'm saying that
and sorry, let me finish this about the civil rights. Is that the civil rights would have gone nowhere if it was just the Martin Luther King protests that people cared about. They had been in courts fighting for a decade at that point already for equal rights.
Yeah.
The Martin Luther King protests just got publicized.
It's true.
That's the only difference that they made. That's the part that people talk about. Nobody talks about the fact that it was fucking 500 white people advocating for the freedom of slaves in court, in the Supreme Court. Every day, every month, there were people appealing and doing research and pulling up all these good and bad things. They were doing fucking surveys about fucking slavery and all this, and like equal rights and all this stuff. Nobody talks about that because it's not flashy. It's not dogs. It's not fucking robots bombing people in Iran. It's not dogs biting black people.
Protests are basically meant to word that, makes that person that was a part of it, makes them feel better at the end of the day. Makes you feel good.
Makes you feel like you did something. When you go home and you throw away your No King sign and you sit on your mom's fucking couch or you sit in your shitty apartment because you can't afford to do anything better
Mhm.
because his country sucks. And you feel like you made a difference. And then the next day, you wake up in the same shitty apartment with the same president, the same leaders, the same corporate faggots that are destroying our lives, the same 2 companies that own everything in America.
Yep.
You did nothing. The only way this is going to change is through non-peaceful options. If you want to go the peaceful route, it's not a protest. It's an official court process at that point. How did our founding fathers start the revolution? They didn't just start killing British people. They went to court.
You got to take action as far as that, something that's meaningful to where that it's going to take premise over it. I mean, if you don't, it's just not going to work. I mean, the protest, if you want to do the protest thing, okay, cool, whatever. That's on you. Would I do it? No. I feel like it's a waste of fucking time.
It's a waste of my time, most definitely.
It doesn't put any kind of pressure on any politicians. It doesn't. You make a statement, and okay, it's like going to Walmart and, someone yelling at a customer service person.
I'm not afraid.
And saying, well, this is 10 cents more than what you have it advertised out here. And just because they get loud, they think that they're going to accomplish something. Yeah, and they don't.
Well, they will at Walmart, but...
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about for the most of it is like, because they think they get loud, they think that it's going to matter or that's going to make a difference, and it doesn't.
No.
Because at the end of the day, yeah, that may change. Like, let's say you did want that price difference because you got loud and yelled.
Yeah, it might change for you.
Yeah, it may change for that moment, but it's still going to happen to you again when you come back in. Yeah. And so it's not going to matter.
And they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you, hey, we'll give it to you this time, but this is the price.
Yep.
So that's kind of what happened with the weed law, honestly, is they were like, fine, we'll give you weed. Only 3 companies can grow it, though. And if you now if you get caught getting it from anywhere else, you go to jail. Fuck you. And you wanted weed, we control it.
I'm so fucking mad about that. Like the whole thing with DeWine. DeWine's a fucking piece of shit, dude.
Yeah. We're gonna get the Indian retard next year. He's running.
Yep.
He's running this November. You're gonna start seeing the ads, friends.
Nah, I know.
Vivek Ramaswamy, the guy who founded a fake Alzheimer's drug and used his mom as a fake doctor to approve that it was good for Alzheimer's. That's who's gonna run for our governor this year.
So, just as much as a piece of shit as DeWine is, basically.
Yeah, it's just funnier because he's Indian, and he's got a history of scamming people. True. And he raps Eminem trying to act white. And then after everyone... Because here's the funny thing about Vivek Ramaswamy is he went on tour with Trump during Trump's campaign, and he just had to deal with people calling him a stinky Indian the whole time. Because he is. But now he's going to try to run for office in Ohio. And you know why he's going to win? Because he probably invests with those AI data centers that are fucking my power prices up.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone's power is going up.
No, I know. Trust me, we just paid the bills the other day. I seen the difference, so you're not wrong.
Yeah, AES was just bought by Vanguard, the same company that owns all the fucking data centers.
I had seen that.
So all the prices for all the energy costs for those data centers that burn up so much energy and melt trees worth of water every time you watch an AI video, we're paying for that. They're just going to add it to your bill and pretend like they're not. And they're already doing it.
You're right.
If your bill goes up by $5, that's not because your usage went up by 2%. That's because they're trying to slip one past you.
I believe it. Well, all right. We had a good spot.
Yeah, this thing's a good one.
All right.
Everybody, take care of yourselves.
Take care.
Have a good weekend. Happy Easter.
Yep.
Fuck the Jews.